All right, thanks for tuning back into the Ray Report. This is Monday, January 22, the day before the New Hampshire primaries. And as you probably are aware, DeSantis has dropped out of the race, and it's a two-person race now between ex-former President Donald Trump and Nikki Haley. And they're going into New Hampshire right now, and it looks like Trump's crushing in terms of the polls that they're showing on the news. Obviously, we know the news can be wrong a whole lot, so take that for what it's worth. Also, I was watching the news today, and they put up, they were out there interviewing people in New Hampshire, asking them what the number one issue was for them. And again, take it for what it's worth. We can all make up fake stats, but they were talking about 29% of the people were worried about immigration, and other people were worried about the economy and things like that, and rightfully so. But really, what I think, if I were to take my fake poll and publish my fake numbers, I would say 52% of the people are really more concerned about what I would call like the wars, the spending, which it really ties into immigration, and it ties into the economy, and it ties into everything. All the money we've been spending in the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq before that, again, now we're spending it in Ukraine and other parts of the world. And I think a lot of the people, what's really ironic is, back in the late 60s and 70s, the people who were the Democrats, the liberals, were the people who were anti-war. They're the anti-Vietnam War. And fast forward to today, those people are, 60s, late 60s, early 70s, and they're still anti-wars. And yet they were lifelong Democrats, and now those people are starting to vote for Trump, the Republican, because when Trump was in office, there were no wars. And I think that's what separates him from all the other candidates, specifically Nikki Haley, right? Ramaswamy made a great case and pounded it day after day that Nikki Haley is a product of the military-industrial complex. She sat on the board of Boeing, and look, I love Boeing. I love Boeing stock. I love what they do. But again, Boeing's interest is war. They make a lot of money when there's active wars, right? By building airplanes. I'm sure they're involved in some of the bombs and things like that as well. So a lot of these contractors love war. That's big business for them. So we're always at war, right? And it seems like our politicians are sales reps for these warmongering corporations, Lockheed, and you can put Boeing on that list, and General Dynamics, and Halliburton, and a ton of different businesses, probably even the gas businesses, right? So it seems that our politicians are pro-war, and then it seems like they're getting kickbacks for going to war. And I think that's what this whole Joe Biden stuff is all about. And I think that's why a lot of people are interested to get to the bottom of it, because I feel like a lot of people believe this, and to follow the facts and get the actual truth might actually prove everybody what they think they already know, which is politicians love war. War is big business, and these politicians are getting rich off of being in war. And Nikki Haley is case in point. And so I think, let's say Trump wins New Hampshire, which it looks like he's going to do. And then they're going to go to Nikki Haley's home state of South Carolina, where Trump has all the endorsements of all the big people there. And I'm not a huge Lindsey Graham fan. Again, here's another warmonger who wants to wipe Russia off the face of the earth and give Ukraine all the money that they need. It's the best money that the U.S. has ever spent by killing all these people. That's Lindsey Graham. No kids, no family. He doesn't care about the world blowing up. That's Lindsey Graham. I don't think Trump really cares too much about Lindsey Graham, but I think he'll take his endorsement. But anyways, this is South Carolina. This is Nikki Haley's home state. She's probably going to lose that, and I would expect at that point she'll drop out of the race. I mean, going into Super Tuesday, Trump's probably going to he's going to crush it on Super Tuesday, and at that point she'll be forced out of the race. But again, I think that's what people like about Trump is the anti-war. Moreover, it's like, and again, Nikki Haley's pro-war, Trump's anti-war. So I think that's the big difference there. And so I wouldn't want to see him even appoint her as his vice president. I think that would be a bad combination, especially for his message, which is anti-war. So that's my take on Nikki Haley in New Hampshire. But what I really think is important to people is, instead of spending all this money abroad and spending this money in the Ukraine and Israel and I mean, you name it. We're spending money everywhere. Why don't we spend that money here at home? We have so many problems here at home, not just our, infrastructure, not just immigration and the border, but I mean, you're talking about people who are struggling every single day to put food on the table. There shouldn't be a person in this country that doesn't have food, that wants food. You see so much waste in this country in terms of people throwing food away or just throwing good things away. There should not. There's so much wealth in this country that there should not be these homeless people and these poor people. And I'm not saying give them handouts and stuff like that. But what I'm saying is people who are working hard and trying hard and have no chance in getting ahead, we need to do something to level the playing field and make sure that here at home, everybody has a good job. Because when people have good jobs and people are making money, then there's a whole lot less chaos, right? Because people have something to protect and they have a lot of interest in their community because things are going good for them and they have hope. So we need to build back our economy. We need to focus on the problems here at home. And then once things are good at home, I'm sure a lot of people would vote for helping and sending aid to the other people in the world who need it. But before we do all that and we make living here so expensive because we're printing off trillions of dollars to send abroad, before we do that and printing off trillions of dollars to take care of all these illegal immigrants who are coming here to this country, and that we're kicking school children out of the school so we can house immigrants in the school. Before we doing all that, let's take care of our own people first. And I think that's message that I think that's Trump's message, and I think that's what's resonating. Let's stop the wars. Let's spend that money here at home and fix our problems first. So that's why I think a lot of people who are used to be liberal and have voted Democrat their whole life are starting to vote, for Trump, not just this election, but the last couple of elections. And I think a lot of young people, I think that's what's appealing to him is, I don't think young people want war. I think young people want an opportunity and a chance to have a good job, live that American dream. And I think Trump represents that to them as well. So if you like this kind of content and you want to hear more of it, please like this particular video and subscribe to the channel, The Ray Report. And I look forward to seeing you guys soon.